Hello, YouTubers. How we fine? Yep. So, guys, I'm working on a Volkswagen Bora 1.6 petrol engine, and I bought this car like 2 days ago. And the seller said one of the piston is bent, so he tried to remove everything, but he did not manage to remove all the things. And then I bought this car. So I removed the top on the block, and all the piston, as you can see, they are all freely moving and they're all fine. But the fourth piston here, it was wet. There was always full of petrol here. It was not burning. And the other thing that I found out on this spark plugs, they were all mostly dead, and I think this one was at the fourth piston. My camera is not focusing, but it's full of, yeah, you can see now, it's full of corroded dirtiness and so on, and there is no way this was working. So most of them, they are like that, but that one is a bit extremely. So now I'm gonna build this car again together. Everything, I will be putting everything back. I bought a new top gasket, spark plugs, valve seal, timing belt, and tapered cover gasket. So, and I cleaned the block, the top. It was so much dirty. As you can see, everything here was so dirty. The guy was just driving this car without changing any oil, and that is how it's looking. So I wanted to make some experiment on this top before I built it on. So I was testing if it is releasing air or petrol between the valves. So when I test it, it seems to be closing very well. But what I found out on this top is it's having a small crack here between the two valves. Let me try. Yeah, you can see it. As you can see it there, there is a small crack between the two valves. There it is. So what is your view on it? I'm gonna build the engine together back, and I hope it's working perfectly with that crack here, because as I have checked it, it's like it's only on the top, but it's not on the ring where the valve usually used to close. So I will wish myself luck that it's working 100% without releasing air here between. I hope it's just on top, not completely damaged here. So guys, stay tuned. I will be updating you on the progress. So we'll start building everything together, and then within 1 hour time frame, I hope the engine is back to running, and I'll update you guys. So stay tuned, stay there, and we will see what is the outcome of this engine. So, small update, I just put on my top. It's now sitting on the block, and I'm starting to tighten it. And yeah, so I'll tighten my top on the block, and then I will be removing this mounting here so that I can place on the timing belt, and then put in the spark plugs after I'm done with the timing. And yeah, before I fill in with water and everything, so I'll start the engine. Okay, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so I just put on my timing belt. As you can see, it's on the mark there, and down also, as you can see, the piston is here. Look, there is the piston. So I will be putting all the covers here, and then I'll put back the engine mounting, and then I'll put back that here. And so within a few minutes this car must be on. Then we can see how it is looking, or how is the engine working. So Yeah. So guys, now I have to turn my engine completely 360 degrees or 800 degrees. So it means I have to turn everything, the block and the top together, so that I can see if my timing marks are still aligned as supposed to be. So I'm using this key, 18, this 18, this is a 19. So spanner. Oh, it's a bit windy here where I'm walking because I'm just walking on an outside. So I'll be turning the whole engine so that I can check if my timing marks are coming back where they are supposed to be. So you know the process. It's always better if you put on a new timing belt that you turn the motor or the engine before you start it, because you never know if the timing marks are still aligned or not. If they are not aligned, then you will be damaging your valves or either the pistons. So I need both of my hands, so I will be using them and then I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, just turn my engine. I just turn it completely. As you can see, the first piston is still on top. I don't know if the camera is, if you can see there, and there the fourth one is also on top, and my timing mark, it's also aligned with that one, and here it's also aligned, this red line here. Okay, as you can see, this red line here and this one here, they're also aligned. So that means my engine is in the right timing marks, and my timing belt is also well tight and not that loosened. So I will be putting on the spark plugs, and then I will put everything back together, and then I'll start the engine. So guys, stay tuned, and I will be shortly back with the following part. So guys, I just put on my spark plugs. As you can see, the timing belt is already on, and I put on the camshaft sensor here. So for that sake, I want to try if the engine is starting or not, as it is the way it is, without the lumbar sonde here, lumbar sensor and everything. So I will be putting a small spray inside the intake holes. I'll just spray a bit of the spray inside, and then if the engine is starting, it will start immediately. So a little bit there, and there. So that must be enough for the motor to get on. So we have to just hear the sound because I cannot be recording from the front side there. So as you can see, just started. The engine is starting. As you can see, it's making fire. So guys, the engine is starting, so I'll put on all the stuffs and I'll start the engine properly. So guys and girls, we got a problem. As I was tightening my top bolts with this torque wrench here, it seems somehow it's not working, and I just pulled one bolt and then it got broken, guys. So, and girls, one of my bolt is broken for the top. So I don't know if I should, this one here, it's broken. I don't know if I should remove the head again, try to remove the bolt, or just leave it like that, and then whatever happens. But that is not a good idea. So I have to remove the head again, the top, and then somehow remove that bolt, that broken bolt. So before I do that, I will build everything it's supposed to be. Match. So, and then I'll start the engine, see how is it driving, and if somehow somewhere it's getting some air and it's not driving very well, then I can remove the head. If it is not giving any problem, then I will drive it until it's broken. So that's it, guys. So stay tuned. We're still updating. So we are here again. So I just put all the basic stuff for the car to start. As I've already told you guys and girls that one of my top bolt is broken inside the engine block. So I somehow built everything together the way it is, so that I can check how is it coping. If the engine is running smoothly, then I'll just keep on driving until that day when it's going to get broken. So if it is running bad, then I'll have to remove the engine top and remove that broken bolt inside the block, and then I can buy another bolt for the head gasket top for the top. So for now I'll be starting the motor, so guys bear with me. There's no exhaust pipe, and so the engine will be a bit louder, but the main thing is for it to get on. So let's see. So the engine is on, but it's somehow not okay, as you can see. Let's try to switch it on again and see what happens. So it has got off. Again on, and it's also getting off. So I'll try to give a little bit of gas so that it can have at least a running pace. So because there is no exhaust pipe, so it will be a bit louder and it won't be at the right level of running because it's not keeping the air in the system. So I'll try to give it a bit of a gas so that I'll accelerate it. Gas is off Deutsch. So I'll try to accelerate the engine so that it can keep the pace of idling or so on. So let's go inside and see if it is helping anything with the acceleration. So guys, the engine is running. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, as the process went on, it went well, and as I was starting the car, somehow at my spark plugs, I somehow misplaced one of my coil plug. The first one was at the second piston, and so on. So it did not. The engine was a bit vibrating, and then somehow I checked it on the coil, and then I readjust it. The first one was back to the second place, and the second one was back to the first place. So then the engine was running smoothly, and then I did drop with that engine that is having a broken bolt inside in the top in the block. So I just drove currently, like within the last 2 hours, maybe more than 280 kilometers, and I also drove more than 170 kilometers per hour, and it was driving very well and is still driving very well. So guys, the process went very well, and I think, yeah, so for next time I'll update you guys on how the car is running. Tomorrow I'll post a new video, just a short one, on how it's sounding, how clear it's running, and how smooth it is. And yeah, it's sounding very well, and it's also driving very well. with the exhaust pipes that I just put on. And thank you guys for your time, and girls for your time, and yeah, stay tuned, and always don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Okay, bye bye.